a little hell of a lot more than that now.
Trigger Mike. So you were
Yeah.
in school when you met your wife. So she saw you working on a goal. Okay. Do you think that in school, when you were in school, do you think that it was a majority of men? Was that a norm? Like, would you not say that there were way more women in school than there were you?
Yeah. So whoa, but that is actually not a that's not a precursor for a man having money at all. In fact, that's just a precursor for women having more debt for men to take on. When we are looking at what's economically viable for a man to qualify for a woman, black men have been surpassed that. Okay, been surpassed that. If the stats say, like I said, that black men are financially capable of taking care of themselves, that is actually a precursor for them being able to take care of a woman. It's not that they need to buy more food. Y'all can just share food. You don't need to buy a new roof. You can share his roof. You see what I'm saying? But for some reason, we get this moral and economic purity test where we got to be able to do all these extra things where we have examples from.
What makes these men undesirable? If only 20% of men are getting all of the women, like you're saying, and so basically all these kids are siblings. What makes these guys
the 80%?
The 80%. What is it that's making them undesirable?
Ooh, Shan, see, y'all be thinking that good women are only women that go through it, right? Let me go ahead.
Go ahead,
real quick. Let me. No, go ahead, lady. See, you weren't able to talk on the last one. You want to say something?
No, I was just laughing at your reaction.
Let me straighten up, okay? It's not just good women that can't find good men. It's good men that can't find good women because good men actually put pressure on women. That's the problem. We keep talking about people not healing from certain trauma, but I think when women realize that when a man is actually good and has standards, they actually have to not compete, but have to meet that same standard, right? A lot of the times I think women say, hey, I want this, that, and the third, right? And then they see a man that matches all of that, but he's also he may be a cut above you as well. So you have to step your game up. And I don't think women trying to do that. It's the same complaint. It's the same complaint women got against men. Nobody trying to step up to the plate. But good men will say the same thing. Women are trying to step up to the plate because it's intimidating. It's much easier to go deal with somebody who doesn't have much, where you can control them and do whatever you want to do because they don't have any real control or authority over you. But it's a little different when somebody's a good dude and they actually got that authority, and you got to respect it. I'm just saying.
A good dude. I'm interested to know what men think a good dude is.
And
the same thing that makes a good woman a good woman. That's what we're gonna do. Equality 2022.
Are competing. I think more women are competing and trying to step their game up more so than the men are. And the reason is because of this narrative that there is a lack of available men. And so when you present this narrative that there's not enough men, and then when you add the not enough good men to it, I think in a sense it creates a situation in which women are competing with each other. And so that by nature is going to automatically force women to step their game up. Now, where I do think that they're stepping their game up in a wrong way is more so around the sex part.
I was about to say, you better.
Yeah, that's where they're trying to step their game up. It's I'm gonna have better sex with him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And that kind of defeats what it is that they're actually trying to obtain, because men are not looking at them as a wifey relationship material as opposed to just having sex with them. So exactly. I think they stepped their game up in the wrong area.
So okay. Go ahead, Chan. No, go ahead.
So I have a question because y'all gonna hate me. I don't care. I think that so do you think that there are enough economically attractive men?
Oh,
yes. Hold on. I got the point, Cheeky. I got this. Okay. All right. So in my neighborhood right now, They're building
your neighborhood. We're talking.
Hold on. No, you gotta let me answer the question if you ask.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me preface it. In my neighborhood right now, they're building new sections. All right. I see Mexican dudes go out there every day. First of all, that's how houses get built so cheap. So when people say they should go back to Mexico, no, these people build houses quick as hell. All right. These men will go out and work for probably the equivalent of less than $100 a day. They will go home to a partner that washes their feet when they get home. All right. So when we are looking at what's economically viable for a man to qualify for a woman, black men have been surpassed that. Okay, been surpassed that. If the stats say, like I said, that black men are financially capable of taking care of themselves, that is actually a precursor for them being able to take care of a woman. It's not that they need to buy more food. Y'all can just share food. You don't need to buy a new roof. You can share his roof. You see what I'm saying? But for some reason, we get this moral and economic purity test where we got to be able to do all these extra things, where we have examples from Asians, Mexicans, South Americans, Africans, all these people that come here and condense their life so they can grow together. Black men, and it's on paper, go look at the census data, are more than capable of qualifying for a woman if she's willing to work with him, right? If you want to live a life of luxury, go marry a man 20 years older than you who got money. But if you're willing to build with somebody, black men in America are perfectly suitable for that. Perfectly suitable.
So when you say financially attractive,
I said economically attractive,
which would mean finances. Like, can we stop?
well, economically attractive can also be economically competitive, because we like men who are competitive.
Okay, so you're saying
you're a construction
like
worker,
men.
So what about maybe you're a construction worker? But how about owning the construction? Like, you be the boss of your construction. Why do you have to work for somebody?
This is what we're talking
about. It's about a lifestyle more than it is about.
We're just telling you what's attractive.
Right. Hold on, wait. Shan, I understand. You're telling us what's attractive, right? And that's very subjective. But objectively, what Trigger Mike is saying is there's enough economic money. There's enough money for you to live under a roof, have things. May not be luxurious, but have things. But if you want luxurious things, expect for the population of men to decrease, because there's always going to be poor people, middle class. Majority of our economy is always going to be made up of that. So the thing is, here's the other part too. Even when they meet somebody who falls into the upper class, who is in the percentage that they want, they still don't know how to behave because their ego is inflated because of their college education, because of so many different other things. Women today feel as if they're better than men, and I'm not mad at it. If you got a chip on your shoulder because of feminism and the opportunities that women didn't get for 20 years ago, and you feel like you got a chip on your shoulder for that, by all means, have that attitude. But just recognize that attitude is going to be displacing other men away from you. So look, if you say there's not enough financially attractive men, the question is, what do you want him to make? And if it starts with 6 figures, that's already high.
So listen. What I would say, so let me ask you a question. Men say they want fit, feminine, and friendly. You can be picky. You can have your preference. But as soon as a woman states, let me just say,
I'm listening.
I'm being devil's, and this is what I've heard in this space. This is not my real life. This is this space, okay? Sure. But as soon as a woman brings up economically attractive, economically competitive, it's a problem. You know, because we look in the past.
Go ahead, Sean.
Because if we look in the past, people like to say, "Oh, your grandparents," but grandmama was big. Grandmama was not going to the gym. She was not. She did what she did. With a beauty standard that's placed upon women now was not placed upon your grandparents. So I think that we're all aiming for things that are not.
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm just listening.
We throw in health. My grandmother was overweight and she lived to be 98. I got a grandmother right now hitting 90 and she's overweight. So but what I'm saying is, if we're all going to this extreme of things, oh, she gotta be in the gym, she gotta be fine, she gotta cook while cooking my meal and going to work.
Hold on, let her finish.
Let her finish.
So all of these things, and I'm not knocking it. If it's your preference, it's your preference. But you can't get mad if the opposite side also has a preference, even because they're both delusional to me a little bit. You understand? When I say delusional, I mean they all take above and beyond. It's exceptional behavior on both sides. Okay, so is it fair to say that if you want your woman to go to the gym, maybe she wants you to hustle a little bit more? Okay, there are
That's a fair point. Okay,
there are things that she likes in a man, and there are things that men like in a woman. So I'm not saying you can't ask for those things, but don't get mad if the other side has a preference and you have a preference. Y'all both got preferences.
So not only are you're making a true statement, but here's where it goes off the rails a little bit. For a man to qualify for a wife, this is a world standard, global standard. He has to be able to take care of the woman he's bringing to his home and potentially the children that they're going to have. The average black man set up by the census data can do that, because the average white man can do that. The average Hispanic man can do that. All right. What if you look at all the female dating therapists and dating coaches that have quit their jobs and have given that last word as to why they quit, they say women, especially black women, unfortunately, have unrealistic expectations. All the women that win, when you look at who they win with the man they built with. The bond that women are trying to find it's not found, it's built. You were with that dude. He was making 30. I made 35K a year my first job out of college. I make a little hell of a lot more than that now.
So Mike, so you were in school when you met your wife. So she saw you working on a goal. Okay. Do you think that in school, when you were in school, do you think that it was a majority of men? Was that a norm? Like, would you not say that there were way more women in school than there were you?
So whoa, but that is actually not a that's not a precursor for a man having money at all. In fact, that's just a precursor for women having more debt for men to take on.
I'm not saying that.
I was about to say school is not.
So if we look at the stats, because we look at research, people who are educated make more over a lifetime. That's what the stats suggest.
No. Wait, hold on, y'all. Listen, that is a stat. Hold on. That's a stat that all the data they pulled up to 2020 says. It does not account for the majors that women are choosing today, which are social science.
I did not compare.
10 of the top ones are 5,000 away from minimum wage.
You gotta allow dialogue. You gotta let her finish what she's saying, bro.
I didn't even bring women in the conversation. We're just talking about me.
Education.
When it comes to men, over a lifetime, it is documented that if you're educated, you make more. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't guys who don't have degrees that are not banking, but we're not going to play like they're the majority. Yes, you cannot have a degree. You can have a high school diploma and excel. You can be an electrician and excel. You can be a plumber and excel, but they're not the majority.